Pat, I still get credit for the broadcast, right, man? I started back up.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago, and it's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears.
See, it's moving a little faster. Still tweaking a little bit.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season.
Let's go, man. They got Khalil, they got Herbert, they got my running back on the kickoff team.
I know you got to beat on pet people. You can't go for none of that wild shit. You got to take what he gives you.
You just gotta goddamn it. Just gotta goddamn it. Stay home. Hey, man, crazy.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this out to the 34 out of bounds there. A nice run.
I see the quarterback.
And it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think?
Did I change my playbook?
Like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and move some things up.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. You're second and a yard.
I know they trying to go weak side on me every time. Yeah. We still go weak side. There we go. Tremaine Evans, folks. That was a good pickup for the Bears. He's been my best defender. Evans.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a hand off to Chandler. Getting this just midfield. 12 yards there. First down.
Boogie, what's wrong?
Hey, man. A small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Let's go, man. Let's play some football, man. Let's play some football, baby. On the weak side, really. Huh? Yeah, I had to click off of him real quick.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
So he can get back in position. I know he's trying to hit me on the weak side, though. I know that. I got two fucking corners and the safety right there.
Off the play fake.
Yes, sir! Watch that bullshit ass screen. Shit he'll do. Bullshit. If he go trips, watch the screen. Trips.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
He ain't doing that screen.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So territory now. This is 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
Here comes the screen. Here comes the screen. I knew it. Knew it!
So it'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be second down. You look at this Bears defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Second down, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Cousins again. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
On second down, here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Angel. Right.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That third down conversion good for 23.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Bears had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year, and they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Moore, the motion man right. They'll get it forward to him on a touch pass. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
11.
They snap it to Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Chandler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yannick Ngakoue, just as hard to
You got a game, man. It's working.
He's there enough to stop that time.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best teams in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Cousins.
That's big.
Let me sit down.
Defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing as good. Number 13 in the league.
This is downfield. I think that last pass typically what we might say. A lot of short passes. See if they can get some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
And it'll be touchdown here. He does pick up the first. And that was also 35 yards. So the big play means just like that. For a red zone first down. They go play action.
Oh, hey, hey, chill out.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get it.
So get the 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get this...
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. That'll be caught by Foreman. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2.
I'll go for it on 4th inches, right?
Here in the second quarter.
See what Big Pat got to say. I know this him calling. It's 4th inches, man.
You got to punt, homeboy. You got to be on your 45. Punt it.
On 4th inches? Coach Pat ass ain't shit. He ain't shit. Coach Pat ain't shit.
You say you got to be on your 45.
Pull up the Discord rules, man. Go to punt.
This is taken at the 18. It'll go 42, making a 40-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Quickly to Addison here. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They run it with Chandler. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down and 3. Now Cousins going to change it up. Now Chandler. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot.
Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go, shot.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30.
Hey, 551.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2.
Right.
Now Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Foreman powering ahead. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Here we go.
Second down and 8.
Go.
They run again with Foreman. Gets past one man. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling.
That's good for us Chicago Bears.
EQ.
First down.
Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On second down, here's Foreman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Here's Fields. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down.
A 48-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. They're trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First, the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
Amazing how Jefferson makes first downs like that look routine, isn't it? He's off to the greatest start by a receiver in NFL history. Set records for most catches and yards in a player's first 3 seasons and led the league in both last year.
First down, here's Cousins. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On play action, Cousins. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Second and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a second and 10. Here's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And quickly, they get to the line.
Brings up third down and 11.
In motion goes the tight end.
To throw is Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They run it on first with Foreman.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Fields.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On the option to give to Foreman.
And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. He'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down.
Now Fields going to move him around. Here's Fields.
Rolling to his right.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on third down.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Again, Fields. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Slant route, and he's got Addison. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 3rd down, Chandler. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Pushing through the contact. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed on to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Lucky 48.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 3rd down, it's Chandler. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Addison will go in motion left.
They'll run on first down. Chandler might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Up the middle they go. It's Chandler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Stopped for a loss by the safety, Eddie Jackson.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Chandler. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Ty Chandler with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 17-3.
17. Bears 3.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
On the handoff, here's Foreman.
Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Now it's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. He may go.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Yeah, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here into the hands of Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That's good for the Chicago Bears.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Bears 3.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Don't jump. Ready?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
After the run by Foreman, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields locates Mooney on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
You got it. All right.
Now a give to Foreman. Bulldozes past him. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The full start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
Go.
Again, it's Foreman. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. Buying time to his left. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Minnesota, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.
Since the basement making items over seasons with the man in black is season with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, trying to be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explode this war before